Okay, let's continue talking about optionals. In the previous video, we talked about optionals um, in properties, but now let's talk about returning optionals. So what I'm saying is like you have a function, but you're not entirely sure if you're going to return something or not. So that's this question mark indicates an optional. And down here we've got a function. Don't worry about this just yet. I'll go over this in a second. Down here we've got a function, and the function is called price check. And it's going to take a string in, and it's going to return a double. Maybe. So this means it might return a double, or it might return nil. Returning nil means like nothing, not like zero or an empty string, but like nothing, nada. So this is returning an optional in Swift. This correlates to page 3, Unit 3, homework assignment 1 for CIS165, which actually is kind of a doozy. So page 3, 3.1. Okay, so up here we got compact discs. It's music. So we've got some music CDs up here, and here's the title of the CD, and here's how much they cost. And so this is a dictionary of keys and values. And here's another dictionary of keys and values with the stock. Like let's say this title we only have 35 of, this title we have 563 of, this title we actually have no more on the shelf. So this is not like the best way to do it, but this is the example, that's on the page, so we're going to go with that. I would have made CDs like a structure and then give them like properties like available stock and cost and all that stuff. The title, that would be the better way to do it. And then you don't have, because what happens here is if you change the wording or the text at all, they don't match. So that's not really the best way to do it. You can also make arrays, then at least the order would match. But okay, I digress. So you've got the CD's cost, you've got the available CD stock on the shelf, and we want to check to see the price. We want to check to see if, first let's check, here let me save you some time here, and let me paste in the code that I came up with. Okay, so here's the bit of logic inside my function. And this is our favorite if-let statement. So let's make something new called stock exists. So let stock exist. But let's only make stock exist happen if you find the title in the inventory, in the stock. So it's passing the title string in, and then you're checking the stock to see if the title exists. If the title exists, then stock exists is a thing, and then you're done. But so let's go through this for a second. So there's one other thing down here, which is like, okay, maybe diatom exists, but there's no inventory of it. So then we're doing a second check here, another if statement. If stock exists is greater than 0, then you can return the CD cost of that title. Otherwise, just return nil. Why is there another else nil down here? Else return nil? Because what if the stock doesn't exist? What if you try searching for, I don't know, American Sweetheart title, or whatever album title you want? Well, then return nil, because we don't have that one. That wasn't even an album that was on our shelves ever. So this will only return a price, a cost, if the stock exists and it's more than 1. Okay. It's kind of a lot to take in, so let's take a moment here. You can pause it and scope this out. So how do we use this in your code? Well, let's call this function to happen. I'm actually going to paste some code here too to save you some time, and I'm doing a second if-let statement down here because I'm crazy. And I'm doing a if-let statement. Let the confirmed price, if let the confirmed price equal price check. Actually, I don't even know if I need to make it if-let. Let's just try if price check. not equal to nil. My way was, the first way was probably the best way. Okay, so another if-let statement. If let the confirmed price equal, and then run this function. So if we don't get nil, then print the confirmed price. Otherwise, I don't see that album on the shelf. So for instance, if we throw an album in there, I don't know what an album title is, the album. I don't see that album on the shelf. If we throw an album title in there, Diatom, I don't see that album on the shelf. Diatom was actually one of them up here, but you see there's 0 stock. So our logic here returns 0. Yeah, we don't see it on the shelf. Maybe it was a thing in the past, but it's not a thing now. And then if you pass in like something that exists in the trench, it's $4.99. By the way, these are all albums from my band called The Strand, and they are available for purchase through CD Baby. Not at this price particularly. I was just making up numbers, but I do want to see them fly off the shelves, so I'll cut you a deal. All right, y'all. So hopefully this is helpful. That was kind of a difficult assignment, and I want to save you some time and effort. This isn't exactly what the assignment is, but if you read through this and understand this, you'll be able to complete the assignment.